Let's see what's going on. Now we're going to watch someone walking in mud. That's mud with a lot of water still in it. And let's watch his foot, how it rocks. Here he comes. Look, he's doing that. He's not consciously doing that. That's just how his brain was designed for his foot to operate. Okay, here he goes again. Now, is that a human footprint? It doesn't look like a human footprint to me, but it is. It's very important. Now, there's a good one that we could determine, but that one has a bunch of compressed mud and it's shorter than the other one. That one is just a globule, but that's how you walk in mud. That's what happens when you walk in mud. And look, that's about half as long as his foot. Now that's a pretty good one, except the heel is all messed up. So that can't be a human footprint, but it is. So in our studies, we have to take all of that into account. There, all 5 toes are very well pronounced. And either a moment ago or in a moment, we'll see one of, there, the big toe went much deeper. Look, much deeper. Yes, there's the big toe much deeper than the other toes, depending on the matrix in which he steps. There are long toes, but the guy didn't have long toes. But in his forward locomotion, he pushed back, so it appears that his toes are longer than they really are. And that's a genuine human footprint. So this is a study in human anatomy and footprints. Very important. The water will distort these in a matter of minutes, particularly if it's flowing. So we can see that to have a beautiful print like this, you're extremely fortunate. That looks nothing like a human footprint, but it is a human footprint. Now let's get to the basic idea. When the Creation Evidence Museum was first established, the Dallas Times-Herald, which was later sold to the Dallas Morning News, ran a front page Sunday edition, 600,000 circulation. Twice that many read it, so over 1 million people read it. Front page, full color, Sunday edition. The report that human fossil footprints had been discovered along the Biloxi River near Glen Rose, Texas. Because such a discovery would be central to the creation-evolution controversy, the article called Glen Rose the scientific battleground of the nation. And I still have that article. I need to display it because it's most interesting. So, were they right? If indeed human footprints among dinosaur tracks could be documented as authentic, the implications are enormous. Professor David H. Milne of the Evergreen State College, Olympia, Washington, and Professor Stephen D. Schaefersman, I know Steve Schaefersman quite well, of the Department of Geology, Rice University, Houston, Texas, made further admissions in writing that, here's what they wrote in Journal of Geological Education. Such an occurrence, human and dinosaur footprints together, if verified, would seriously disrupt conventional interpretations of biological and geological history and would support the doctrines of creationism and catastrophism. Were they really honest when they wrote this? Well, let's see. Steve Schaefersman used to come around pretty often in those early days. Hasn't been here for years. But on one occasion, we had discovered near the waterfalls, Professor Emmy Clark was excavating with me. When I first began, I often excavated alone. How would you like to move a 3,000-pound slab of rock by yourself? You can't use abrasive instruments. I was a lot younger then. And there is a technique to doing it all and not disturb what's there. Anyhow, Professor M.E. Clark came down. He made 17 different trips over the years from University of Illinois, tenured professor in the master's department, very dear friend, very committed scientist, and a committed Christian. he and I were excavating a new area near the waterfall on the McFall property, excavated a new trail of dinosaur footprints, and that news got around. And then among them, we excavated a series of 14-inch human footprints. Mike Riddick, your father was alive. Your father was a Boeing engineer. He and you made a device to 3D replicate a grid, and you used the Clark print as your first model, correct? We have an audience that really wants to know, is there evidence that man and dinosaur walked together? And if true, already we've learned the implications are that it'll totally destroy the theory of evolution. It rocks it at its base.
But you could see all the characteristics, the weight, the pressure weight from the human footprint. It even had the base of the fifth metatarsal was recorded in it.
That's what we're talking about along that line on the outside.
But it was really interesting.
How many toes did it have?
At 5.
How many toes do you have?
1 big one and 4 little.
Okay, let's give him a hand of appreciation. Thanks, Mike. Thanks so very much. Here we are. We have this new trail. It was 4 of these tracks, and I named them the Clark tracks after Professor M.E. Clark, who was assisting. None of the tracks are named after me. So I named them the Clark tracks and a trail of dinosaur track running diagonally across. So we were excavating, working hard, and the cliff was some 8 or 10 feet higher. Steve Schaefersman, that we're talking about right here, appeared. He said, "Hi, I hear you've discovered a new trail of dinosaur tracks." I said, "Yeah, Steve, look right here." And I didn't have a pointer then, but I pointed and I said, "Marvelous, congratulations." "Thanks." I said, "Steve, look at what else, a trail dissecting this dinosaur trail. Look what else is here." He said, "Are you going to tell me that you found a trail of human footprints intersecting those dinosaur prints on the same layer?" I said, "That's exactly right. They're 14 inches in length. They're pristine. Look at them." Dr. Schaefersman looked out across the river, turned his head, said, "Carl, I'll see you later. Bye." Disappeared. He could go on the stand in a court of law and say with all clear conscience, "I visited Baugh's excavations. I saw a beautiful trail of dinosaur footprints. I never saw anything faintly resembling a human footprint among them." And he could say it in all truthfulness. Oh, yeah. Does he say it? Sure, he says, "I've never seen anything." There's none so blind as he who will not see. Okay, so let's make some more progress. So here we have Steve Schaefersman. I'd like to see him and show him some of this evidence we have here. Such an occurrence would disrupt geological interpretation. Professor A.E. Wilder Smith, 3 doctorates, brilliant scholar, now with the Lord, carried the implications even further. He wrote 1 authentic man track found in the same stratum as 1 authentic Brontosaurus track. Now, like most scholars, he didn't know that Brontosaurus has a new name now, but that doesn't matter. Throws out 100 years of evolutionary teachings. It is sufficient to bring the whole Darwinistic theory down and revolutionize all biology today. And it would if it were listened to.